Hello there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that when Akashic Tower unleashed their trump card to kill all Seekers, that robot suddenly went back flying and got shut down when it tried to attack Cry. No one understood what happened. Since that plan failed, Akashic Tower were planning to run away to another kingdom to continue their research. Their key member Sophia turns out to be Citri. She had never betrayed Noctis and Akashic Tower. She had joined a syndicate to take part in Noctis's research. Cry found out about it and created this whole setup of slime monster attack to warn Citri to get back home and leave the syndicate. So Citri planned to drop all the blame on Akashic Tower and killed them all. She thinks Cry knows everything. Bro is gravely misunderstood. Yet somehow everything works out in his favor in the end. Well then, since that matter is over, Cry was trying to beg in confiscated items of Akashic Tower that included that robot and Malice Eater for Citri. Officials of the government were wary, but Cry said he needs that Malice Eater for drinking. It just sounded so absurd, but in the end, they only got the Malice Eater, not the robot. So Citri went out to collect the things, and Cry meets Gark on his way down. He tells Cry about the strongest Seeker from the Land of Fog has arrived here, and his name is Arnold, a level 7 hunter and the Dragon Slayer. But Cry felt carefree because he's also a Dragon Slayer, and Gark knew what he meant, and gave a pat in his back that broke Cry's protection relic magic. Then he saw the auction poster on the wall. That auction is held once a year where all the high-level relics comes for auction, but Cry lacks money, so he thought of borrowing it. But he hadn't returned what he had already borrowed from Citri, so their Chloe came to him to talk. She's Gark's niece, and she saw Cry was troubled for some reason. Cry makes up it's about that Dragon Slayer, but since Citri returned, he left the conversation in the middle, and on his way out they unknowingly crossed paths with Arnold. Then, back at the office, that huge Malice Eater had transformed into a small kitty, and Citri had taught it not to harm her and Cry, but just a scratch from its tails was breaking Cry's safety relics, so Citri took it. But Cry's ring relic had ran out of magic already, and Cry knew he needed to recharge his rings or else that small kitty would play him to death. So he asked when Lucia would come back, and Citri said back at level 9 dungeon, she saw a strong swordsman phantom had shown up, so Lucas got his temperament of defeating it one-on-one. So until he beats it, Lucia has to stay there to help him out just in case. Then, she gave a ring to Cry that has stored one spell in it. Cry had one relic, like that which Lucia had given to him. But Citri gave it so that he could wear it in his ring finger. It's an indirect proposal, and Arnold at that time was at Hunter Association, but Chloe didn't recognize him. So his team were frustrated that no one knows who they are in this kingdom. They were tired and decided to do something to show off. But when Scene returned to Cry, he was having a steamy massage from our lovely Citri. But Bro was concerned about his relics because they were running out of mana, and there were quite a few of them. So Citri hatches a plan and collected every mage in the clan and told them she has a training method with which they all might rise to Lucia's level if they see through it. That was a tempting offer, but there were some proud elf girls named Lapis and Chris who heard it. Chris never liked Cry in the least, and she thinks Cry has to respect Lapis. Well, it's in their blood to be proud because they are exceptional in the magic skill department, so their race just always looks down on mages who are not talented. But Lapis herself respects Lucia, since she's an exceptional mage even among elf. So she thinks this training method is a facade. Citri guaranteed it's a valid method Lucia used. So one of Seven's party members, Mariette, agreed to take it on. Citri tells her that all she has to do is recharge the relic, but no matter how much she poured her mana, it didn't seem to be filling up. It took a toll on her just to fill one ring. Somehow she went up to the 3 and blacked out. A mage's amount of mana shows how much they have power. But mana pools only grow until the age of teens, so once past that age, mana pool never grow. There Mariette had exhausted her mana, and Citri tells a theory that if they do this and enter the mana exhaustion phase, there's a chance to increase mana limit, which means they have to push themselves to the limits every time. But Citri had a solution to that as well. She poured something into Mariette that will help her recover, but that looks really bad. And Citri had a whole bag filled with relics they could try, because Lucia herself did this every day to get to the level she's at right now. But then she provoked Lapis and Chris into giving it a try, so Lapis tells Chris to do it, and seeing her, many others came in, This way at least Cry's relics will be recharged. A clever plan. But on the other hand, Ark was getting a nice proposal from a nobleman. He refused to stick with the First Step clan. After that, Cry came to meet Liz, but she was in the shower. So in the meantime, Citri tried to get Tio to her side, but Cry told her to stop. Just then Liz came out without a towel, so Citri had to close the guy's eyes. But Liz had no problem letting Cry watch her and asked him the reason for coming here. Cry thought of celebrating Citri and Liz's safe return at bar, so Liz got overjoyed. But Citri stopped her from hugging Cry. Then they went to a bar, but Liz was getting drunk easily because Citri had mixed something into her drink. So in drunken state, she tells Citri that her golem was weak, but she lost because it had durability. So she also knew Citri was involved, and Citri again mixed her potion into the drink. But Cry gave the potion drink back to Citri, so Liz started to mock Citri for chickening out, so Citri had to drink it. She got drunk too, and her feelings erupted for Cry, and she considered taking Cry to bed. But Liz stopped Citri from doing so. But their Arnold's gang were trying to make their name on public and announced who they are. They bluntly ordered for alcohol and women, and the sisters got excited to mess them up quickly. For Liz took the first chance and came in with the drink. So Arnold said he did want to drink with a little girl, but Liz didn't come here to drink, but to mess him up. She showed them their place instantly, so the mood lights up in the bar once again. But this is where our episode 10 ends. Yet stay tuned to watch more of its episode on my channel. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, take care.